Welcome to Ivy Produkt. We develop, manufacture and sell environmentally friendly and energy-efficient air handling units. Our production takes place in Sweden and we operate across big parts of Europe. Ever since 1969, we have worked for a sustainable future. And in the 2000s, big investments are made and we have a strong expansion in Europe. In the last 5 years, we have invested 20 million euros to maintain the highest pace of innovation on the market. This has resulted in many valuable extensions. At our Innovation Centre, future products are being developed. And at our Competence Centre, training is given to increase knowledge within the industry. Our products are manufactured by dedicated employees with state-of-the-art machinery and components of the highest quality. We have the widest range on the market, and we have delivered over 100,000 air handling units.
Welcome to Ivy Produkt and our event.
Hello, my name is Bernd Haig and I'm working with an international sales at Ivy Produkt. Today we're going to talk about the importance of good indoor climate, and we're going to show you how we at Ivy Produkt ventilate our own premises. I'm going to explain to you how the installation of comfort cooling is a profitable investment even for your production facility. And we're going to talk about ventilation as an environmental and sustainable investment. At the end, we're going to inaugurate our new premises together with you. Everything will not take more than 25 minutes, and afterwards you have the chance to ask your questions directly to our experts. Sounds good? Then let's start. Let's start by talking about the importance of good indoor climate. We humans spend around 85% of our life indoors. And this huge number puts a tremendous demand on good ventilation and good indoor climate. Important key factors for good indoor climate include the right air quality, the right air volume, but also the right temperature. Unfortunately, still today, many buildings have only insufficient or no ventilation whatsoever. And what's the result? Everybody in the same room breathes the same air. Poor indoor air, poor indoor quality has a negative impact on our health, our well-being, but also our performance, our concentration and therefore our ability to learn. What do many people do? They open the window, they open the door to try to get any air circulation going. But this kind of ventilation has so many uncertain factors because you don't know how many windows you have. Can you open the windows? Can you open the door? And what kind of circumstance do we find outside? Maybe there's no wind, so we can't get an air circulation going. Maybe we are in front of a big street. We talk about air pollution. Or what kind of temperature is outside? Nobody wants to open the window when it's minus. So you see, with so many uncertain factors, you can't talk about controlled ventilation because you don't control the air volume, you don't control the air quality, and you definitely don't control the right temperature. Furthermore, this solution is not really energy efficient because you get rid of all the good energy. So another example. Let's say it's really warm in the summer and you want to cool this room to a nice 22 degrees. What do many people think of? It's an air conditioner, like this one here in the picture. Many air conditioners have a work with no fresh air. So what they do is they use the existing air, they cool it down, and then they supply it back into the room. If I wouldn't know any better and I would enter the room in the summer, I would probably think, oh, it must be good indoor climate here and good ventilation. But don't be fooled, it's none of those. because you don't have a good indoor climate and you definitely have no good ventilation, because the only thing you do is you recircle the old and used air. So you can start talking about controlled ventilation when you supply 100% fresh air here into the room, and at the same time you extract the same amount of air out of the room. The exchange rate here depends on how many people are in the room, how big is the room, and what kind of purpose does the room serve. Within the World Health Organization, so WHO, they talk about an exchange rate between 3 and 6. So 3 to 6 times an hour, the whole air should be changed. Problem with this solution here is we don't recover any energy. So here we start talking about an air handling unit like from Ivy Produkt. They extract air with all the energy, go through the filter in the unit here. It passes the thermal wheel and be extracted. And now we have fresh air from the other side, goes in the filter, through the thermal wheel, it takes all the energy, heats up, and then is being supplied air into the room. For further control of the temperature, you can of course use integrated cooling machines like our EcoCooler, or integrated reversible heat pumps like our Thermocooler HP. You see, this is the right solution because here you control 100% of the air volume, you control the quality and you control the right temperature, and this whole year round. This has a positive impact on your health, your well-being, but also your performance. I will now hand over to my colleague and he will show you how we at Ivy Produkt ventilate our premises.
Welcome to our newest office. My name is Manuel Svärd and I work as a sales director in Europe. And I will show you a little bit how we have thought and solved the ventilation in this office. The office consists of a combination of very spacious open office landscape and individual offices. And let's start by looking how we solve ventilation in one of the individual offices. Hello Per.
Hey Manuel.
We're now standing in a corner office with large glazing areas, and we all know it's a challenge to get a good indoor climate. Hence why we decided to work with active diffusers, where we have sensors that can sense when people enter the room and increase the airflow, but we can also sense the temperature. So if the temperature increases, we can increase the airflow. And since we have integrated cooling in the air handling unit, we can cool down the supply air and get the correct temperature in the room. If there is really strong sunshine, we also have active sun protection that we can fall down to minimize the heat loads. But the room itself is ventilated with 100% fresh air. Bring the outdoor air in, we remove the used air, and we ensure a really good air change efficiency, so we can secure a good and healthy indoor climate for the people working in the room. Thank you, Per.
Thank you.
So, if we now go out in the open office, we have solved the ventilation in the same way as we did in the individual offices. But instead of active diffusers, we have 2 long textile diffusers, and we control the airflow through dampers. Meaning that when there is more people in the room, we can increase the airflow, but also if the temperature increases, we can increase the airflow. And normally, when you climatize an open room like this, you work with fan coils, which means you circulate the same air over and over again and cool it down, but you're not adding any fresh air. We have chosen a system with 100% fresh air. We bring the outdoor air in, we take the used air out. And since we work with integrated cooling in the unit and can variate the airflows in the room, we can ensure a really good indoor climate for the people working here. But to have a system like this working, you need an air handling unit. An air handling unit is what we have developed and manufactured for the last 50 years here at Ivy Produkt. But as in all projects, square meters are precious, and for this new office we have chosen a very space efficient solution, because behind 2 double doors in the corridor we have placed our EnviStar top units. And as you see, all duct connections are on top of the unit. And we have combined our top units with our latest innovation, Thermocooler HP, a stepless reversible heat pump, completely without defrosting needs. Which means that we can heat the supply air wintertime and we can cool it down summertime. Say we have a cold winter day of -20 degrees. We have 22 degrees in the extract and we still want to blow in 20 degrees to the room. And by combining a high efficient rotor with a heat pump, we can have an energy recovery of up to 90%. So we can blow in 20 degrees completely without heating coils or pump pipe systems. And the same thing go a warm summer day. We might have 30 degrees coming in. We can still blow in 18 degrees by reversing the heat pump to a cooling machine. So this system solution, it ensures that no matter if it's an office landscape, individual offices, conference room, all areas get a really good indoor climate for the people who work here. In total, we get low investment cost and we get a very energy efficient operation. And that is important for us at Ivy Product. But as said before, Ivy Product, we are a production industry and we produce. And down here, you see part of our production. So let's go down and see how we solve the ventilation here.
Here I am in our production facility. To be more precise, I'm standing here in our electrical department. Every year we manufacture more than 6,000 air handling units and around 5,000 of those are equipped here with our integrated controls. We actually see an increased demand on air handling units with integrated controls on the market. Before a unit leaves this place and gets been shipped to you as a customer, we test our unit. So the only thing you have to do is install the unit and press start. It's more a plug-and-play solution. The indoor climate here in our production facility is as important to us at Ivy Product as in any other facility or room here. For this, we always make sure to get enough fresh air into this building, as you can see here under the roof. We also cool our premises here. Well, that means when it's warm outside, let's say 28 degrees in the summer, we keep cool and nice 20 degrees here inside. Many studies have shown that a slight increase of 5 degrees from 20 to 25 has us human drop 20% of our performances. So you can see that 100% fresh air and controlled air, so that means the right volume, the right air quality and the right temperature the whole year round is so important to us at Ivy Product. Now let's have a look at the air handling unit that supplies this premises. Follow me. Here we are in our latest ventilation room at Ivy Product. The 27,000 square meter big building complex is supplied by 23 air handling units. Most of our units, like the one you see here, are from our EnviStar Flex series with integrated controls. You see this one here already has our latest touch display. The devices here are equipped with either our cooling machine EcoCooler or our integrated reversible heat pump Thermocooler HP, like the one here. To get these units as efficient as possible, we always try to use the latest versions of fans on the market. To show you everything, of course the unit is now switched off, safety reason. So here we have double fans with highly efficient impellers. The average SFP value on this unit is below 1.5. To get as much heat recovery as possible, we usually use thermal wheels. Thermal wheels give us an energy efficiency of over 80%. Since 1975, we manufacture our own thermal wheels here in the building. Usually we combine our thermal wheels with either our eco-cooler or our thermocooler. The thermocooler is controlled by a frequency converter, which allows us to stepless control the cooling and heating power. The combination between thermal wheel and integrated reversible heat pump thermocooler HP gives us a dry temperature efficiency of an average 90%. Since we entirely heat our production facility only through our air handling units, we also installed, as you can see here, a heating battery in the supply air. As I mentioned earlier, we cool the entire production facility as well. We do that with our integrated cooling machine eco-cooler, or as you can see here, with our thermocooler HP. Many of you think now, okay, but how much does the investment for a comfort cooling really cost? Well, we can take our example. We have 15,000 square meters of production facility, and we use 6 air handling units for that, like the one you see behind me. The installation cost for the cooling in these units is 180,000 euro. And now let's imagine, I explained to you earlier, when temperature is rising inside, humans tend to lose their performance. With only 5 degrees increase between 20 and 25, we lose as much as 20% of productivity. So imagine we don't have any cooling here, and we have summer months. We will lose, let's say, around 10% of productivity. To get or to meet our customer expectancy and our promises for the delivery date, of course we have to make up for that time. And we do overtime for that. The cost for that overtime is around 200,000 euro. So you have 180,000 euro on one side, and you have 200,000 euro on the other side for the overtime. You see, the installation pays off after only 1 year. I know what you think. It's not only the installation cost, is it? No, of course. You also have operative cost every month, every year for the cooling. And you're right. Let's look at our example. We have 6 units. Each unit needs about 10,000 kilowatt hour for the cooling. So it's 6 times 10,000, it's 60,000 kilowatt hour for a year. Only for the comfort cooling. But at 10 euro cent per kilowatt hour, it's only 6,000 euro for the whole cooling, entire cooling for the facility. Of course we use free cooling, so we use the cold temperature outside as long as possible. But when it's getting too warm, we use our cooling machines. You see us an installation of fresh air, which give you employees a good working environmental, also is a profitable investment. I will now hand you over to my colleague, and he will explain to you how the installation of ventilation is an environmental and sustainable investment.
So, welcome back. Now you've been around and see how we have solved the ventilation in our localities, and you also learn how profitable it is with a really good indoor climate also in the production. So let's raise our view to the global level. The UN and the world's leader have set out 17 targets for a sustainable development called Agenda 2030. And when we look at those targets and see what IV product and what the ventilation industry could contribute with, it's quite a lot. And I specifically think about good health and well-being. A good indoor climate is so important because we spend so much time indoors. But I also think about affordable and clean energy. By providing energy-efficient ventilation units that save and recover as much energy as we do, we both cut energy cost and make the clean energy last longer. And as a consequence of saving and recovering as much energy as we do, we of course also help fighting climate change. But if these targets are to be truly sustainable, they need to be addressed from 3 aspects. socially, environmentally and economically. And starting with social aspects, so how do ventilation affect the social aspects? We know that we spend about 85% of our time indoors, so a good ventilation and a good indoor air quality is critical to the health and the well-being of people. Ventilation and environmental aspects. We know that about 40% of all the energy we use in Europe go to the building sector, and studies from the European Commission show that we every year could save over 360 terawatt hours for more energy efficient ventilation. It's the equivalence of 40 nuclear power reactors, or as much as the entire energy usage in my home country Sweden for 1 year. But how about ventilation and economic aspects? The same studies from the European Commission show that the financial value of these savings is about 26 billion euros per year. Big numbers and difficult to get. But if we translate that into an example that most of us recognize, an office complex, 10,000 square meter, we replace the old ventilation units with new, more energy efficient units. And by that we save about 50 kilowatt hours per square meter a year. And if we multiply that, you see we save 500,000 kilowatt hours per year. And with an energy price of 10 euro cent per kilowatt hour, it's the equivalent of a saving of operational cost with 50,000 euro per year. And that is the same thing as increasing the net operational profit of the real estate owner for this building with 50,000 euro. And this net operating profit is what determines the value of the property. So if we divide this increased profit with an annual profit requirement of say 5%, we see that we can influence the real estate value, and we can influence it a lot. Because by investing in more energy efficient ventilation unit, we increase the property value with €1 million. So, ladies and gentlemen, ventilation, it is a green investment that can contribute to sustainable development, socially, environmentally and economically. We together are in an industry with a great future, and hence why we at Ivy Produkt a year ago dared to push forward with our growth strategies and have invested well over €5 million in our latest extension of our factory, an extension that we now are happy to inaugurate together with you.
Hi, my name is Mattias Sjöberg and I am the CEO of Ivy Produkt. We are very happy that so many of you are sharing this moment with us today. After a year of major changes in our world, it has become even clearer that we all must take a greater responsibility for our planet. The importance of a good indoor climate has also become a key factor for our future well-being, a future that we believe in. These new production facilities and machines mean that the investments are in place to double our turnover. Hereby, I give the floor to our Chairman of the Board, Mr. Ulf Södergren.
Thank you, Mattias. Hi there, my name is Ulf Södergren and I'm Chairman of the Board here at Ivy Produkt. It's an honor for me to be part of a company that invests in products and solutions for a sustainable future. Today we have seen the importance of making green investments in ventilation. It's an opportunity for our industry and for the society as such. I hereby declare our new premises open. Follow me.
Welcome to our new production facilities. You may wonder why we're investing so much in expanding. In order to accelerate the green movement, we have to deliver more energy-saving air handling units to buildings across Europe. And these facilities will double our capacity. Development, manufacturing and testing all take place here, which ensures the highest possible product quality and a fast pace of development. Our new storage systems save space and streamlines inventory management. At the new working stations, your air handling unit is assembled in a pleasant indoor climate. The counterflow heat exchangers with our patented defrosting technology recover efficiently and are now available for even larger units. Energy-efficient fans make sure to transport enough fresh air so that the people in the building feel better. Now it's time for delivery. Thank you for contributing to a better indoor climate. Together, we create a more sustainable future.